Greetings, Aquarius and Aquarius rising. This is your Western forecast for March 2024. There's a major emphasis on increasing your income, really focusing on money matters, saving, budgeting, but how to increase your income. The reason is that the sun every March, from the end of February till March the 19th, is in Pisces. Wherever the sun is shining, the first part of March, it's in Pisces. That's where your attention is really being drawn to. Pisces is the second sign past Aquarius. The second house sector deals with your income, your cash flow, your possessions, all these money matters. So a lot of your focus is on finances. Venus is that planet of desire and love and creativity. It's a power of attraction. Venus is a lot of this benefic energy. It's moving into your second house of income, March the 11th to April the 4th. And then ambitious, assertive Mars goes into Pisces once every 2 years, March the 22nd to the end of April. So this is an unusual amount of emphasis in Pisces, plus the fact that taskmaster Sirius Saturn went into Pisces a year ago and remaining for another couple of years, and Neptune has been in Pisces for a number of years. So there's this unusual emphasis on money matters. And then Mercury is moving into the third of learning, selling. I'll get more into that because Mercury is going to be in Aries in your third, but not for 3 to 4 weeks as it usually is, because Mercury is going retrograde once again, but not till April the 1st. And that's going to cause Mercury, communication Mercury, to remain in Aries in your third house of learning and selling for 2.5 months, as opposed to 3 to 4 weeks. But before I break all this down, and there's a lot to talk about, there's a lot of positive energies with new learning and even traveling and increasing your income. But before I get into the details, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find a direct link to sign up for my free daily horoscope or to inquire about booking an astrology reading. Now, the sun is where it's drawing our attention. It's the first 19 days, it's in Pisces for everybody, but Pisces is shining on your second house of income. Now, the new moon is where we set our intention. And there's a new moon every 4 weeks. This new moon is on March the 10th. And for those next 4 weeks till April the 8th, your focus, your intention is all on money matters. This new moon is very favorably influenced by Uranus. Uranus is trying to bring in all new techniques, options, innovation for increasing your income. You might be using the energies of Uranus to make more money. Uranus is technology or inventions or trying to do something all new and different to increase your income. Now, Mercury, keeping all that money matters, and that's a strong influence for 2 months because that Mars, that ambitious, assertive Mars, goes into that second house of income, and it's there till the end of April, once every 2 years. Now, Mercury is this negotiating, business savvy, restless energies. Mercury is going into fiery Aries. Aries is assertive, courageous, aggressive, and with Mercury there, you're feeling more sharp, more determined, more confident to assert yourself. But the Mercury, because it's going retrograde April the 1st, instead of being there for 3 to 4 weeks, it's there for 2.5 months. So all of your thoughts, negotiations, and planning is dealing with third house matters. The third house is the sector of communications and ideas and learning and writing and speaking. When it comes to business, because you're all about increasing your income, the third house is about selling. Or the third house could be about learning new job skills to make more money. The third house can also be this restlessness to travel. But the third house is more about short distance traveling, over weekend, overnight traveling. The opposite of the third house of short distance traveling is the ninth house of long distance traveling, of international travel. And I'm bringing that up because we're having a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra in your ninth house of long distance traveling on March the 24th. But the ninth house is opposite the third house. They're like two sides of the same coin. It's the same axis. The third house, ninth house could be all about learning, communications, and selling. And keeping that in mind with the ninth house could be the marketing, the publishing of what you're trying to sell or what you're trying to learn. But the third house could be short trips, and the ninth house could be long distance trips. And being a full moon lunar eclipse, there may be, for some of you, making major plans, because it's this powerful lunar eclipse, to do some long distance international traveling, probably more in the future, because this is more about planning. Mars is the warrior, aggressive, ambitious energy. In last month's video, I talked about it being in Aquarius once every 2 years, and Mars went into Aquarius on February the 12th through March the 22nd. That Mars is giving you that courage and drive to really initiate new projects, to go into unknown territory, to take the lead, to be really confident and assertive. As the Sun and Venus, while Mars is in Aquarius, in that first house of the self, the Sun and Venus and the new moon is in the second house of income. So you're really asserting yourself and taking risks on how to generate more income. And with the third house, it could be selling, could be learning, and mixed with all of that, some of you may be able to take the time and get away and go on a trip for the weekend with the third house, or making plans to go long distance with the full moon lunar eclipse. In this part of the video, I like to describe how all these energies are impacting your body, your relationships, your business. When it comes to health, the first house, or that's the beginning of the first house, is what we call the rising sign or the ascendant. So here's physical warrior Mars for the first time in 2 years in your first house from February the 12th until March the 22nd. That gives you the fighting spirit, this ambition and that drive. But when it comes to health, it means you have a lot of vitality and drive and passion. You have all this energy to go for it and take big risks. When it comes to relationships, I look to Venus, the planet of marriage and harmony and love. And Venus is in romantic Pisces, aligning with physical, passionate Mars. together. That is going to be March the 22nd until April the 4th. So there's a lot of this romantic, passionate, dynamic energies, but it's in your second house of income. So it's less about romance, more about this passion for making more money. But the Sun and Mercury will be in the third. And the third, when it comes to relationships, deals with siblings. And so if you haven't been in touch with a sibling in a while, or some sibling rivalry, this Venus and Mars, along with the Sun Mercury in the third, could be really favorable for enjoying each other's company and having fun. Also, the third, outside of siblings, represents your neighbors, close neighbors. And so maybe a new neighbor has moved in next door. Maybe you're finally meeting the neighbors. And so there's a lot of social activity in that regards. And like with with business, that whole emphasis on how to increase your income. And with the third house, it's all that could be on, as I said, learning new job skills, but it's also the third house of communications, doing a lot of interviewing, a lot of pitching sales ideas, and a lot of this communications, and certainly a lot of learning new job skills. So I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to sign up for my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go. That's .co. Until next time, be safe and well.